Okay, today we're going to discuss how to spoof a MAC address. There's various reasons you want to do this, and it's not that hard, but it's not really shown how to do that in the documentation anywhere. So we're going to give you a quick tutorial on how to do that. First, I'm going to show you a very brief presentation on MAC addresses. It's only 3 slides, so bear with me. It's nothing too in-depth, but it's something you need to know if you're going to spoof a MAC address. First of all, most of you probably already know a MAC address is 12 characters long, usually separated by dashes, and each character is hexadecimal, which means you can use 0 through 9 and A through F. Each X is also called a nibble, and a nibble is basically 4 bits or 4 binary numbers represented by these 4 zeros. The reason I bring this up is because there are Windows requirements for the second nibble. That is this number right here represented by the question mark. If you don't meet these requirements, your spoofed MAC will not work. And what those requirements are is that for various reasons, the second nibble's binary value has to end in 10, which limits the numbers that can translate to in hexadecimal. Therefore, the second character needs to be 2, 6, A, or E. It's a pretty simple requirement, but if you don't know it, your spoof MAC will not work. And this requirement is only in Vista, Windows 7, and Windows 8. If you're using an older operating system, don't worry about it. So the first thing we're going to do is jump over to a command prompt, and we're going to type get MAC to see our current MAC address. You can see it right there. There's actually 2 cards. I'm interested in this second one here. Next thing we need to do is go to our Network and Sharing Center. Now you can do this with the shortcut in the notifications area. You go to the control panel, you can tap it in the start menu. However you like to do it, get to the Network and Sharing Center, and then find something that says change adapter settings. Sometimes the wording is a little bit different depending on your version, but find where you change your adapter settings and then choose the adapter card that you're going to spoof. For me, it's this middle one right here, which is my wireless card. So we're going to highlight that and right click on it and go to Properties. And you can also get to this through Device Manager if you choose to do it that way. There is a reason I went through here, which you'll see in a second. So we're going to click Configure at the very top and then go to Advanced. Now we're looking for something called Network Address, which is basically your MAC address. As you can see, there's 2 values, not present, which means it's using the address built into the card, and then value, which allows you to type in your own address. Now this is not always called network address. I think Atheros and Realtek tend to use the phrase network address, whereas Intel cards tend to use something like locally administered address, local network address. But it's always going to be similar, and the other options you see will always be different depending on your card, but there should be something like that. If there's not, there's another way to do this, and that's coming up in our next video. But if you have it, let's continue. And we need to type in an address. As you can see, I've typed in one already, but we'll do a new one here. Let's start it out with 1, and we need to remember our second nibble rule, which was 2, 6, A, or E. So I'm going to use A. Other than that, you just need 10 characters that are hexadecimal. Excuse me, that was 10 additional characters. You need 12 total. So now that I've got that typed, we're going to click OK. And the reason I came in through here in the beginning, as you can see, it actually resets your card and assigns a new MAC address. So let's go back to command prompt, type get MAC again, and you can see we've got that new address that we just typed in. So that's all there is to it. This is the easy way. If you can't do it this way, there's another way through the registry, which is in our next video, and there should be a link down below when that's available. One last thing, if you're changing your MAC address so that you can look through a network and you don't want to leave faces behind, you need to reset it when you're done. Otherwise, they'll still see that this is the MAC address on this computer if you leave it as the spoof address. So when you're done spoofing, reset it back to your original address. And that's all there is to it.